Hey there folks, welcome back to our little FM YouTube save, the Dafuge challenge with Blyth Spartans. So if you remember, we left off the last episode where we just basically went over the challenge, went over basic structure of the club, we met the chairman, met our staff, met our players and all that sort of stuff, and I said that I'll just get through pre-season and then before the first game of the season I'll come back, record some stuff and just let you guys know how it's going and transfer-wise and staff-wise and everything. So here we are. Basically, this episode is just going to be me talking about what happened in pre-season, what players that we brought in, what players that we've let go, what kind of staff we've got in, and just generally how the club's taking shape. So, as you can see, we're just on our main screen right here, and we'll go to the fixture straight away. As you can see, if you remember, I did this so we could get some money in, and unfortunately it hasn't worked as well as I wanted to. In fact, we've lost money, so yeah, that didn't work out. Don't know how we're going to go with it next season, because we're going to need some finances in to stabilise the club, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, as you can see, we played Barnsley, Blackpool and Birmingham at home. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything out of these games. We actually played a lot better in some of these than the scoreline suggests. We were quite unlucky against Birmingham. I mean, we were I think it was 3-0 down, and then we pulled it back to 3-1, and to be quite honest, I think they scored with their first 3 shots, so yeah. Anyway, we'll go quickly do this, and we'll show you, look, as you can see by the match stats, we took a bit of a pasting from Barnsley, but we kept the possession well, which is what I'm trying to do here. Grant Black scored in the 61st minute, but as you can see, we were 3-0 down here as well. It is just basically, like, their side is 100 times better than what we've got. But it was just to see if I could get some sort of passing game, some sort of rhythm game going. I mean, I played 4-4-2 here, so I've experimented with a few formations in pre-season. I'm not entirely convinced by a 4-4-2 though, so we've kind of scrapped it, put it on the back burner for now. But that was our first pre-season friendly. Then we had another one against Blackpool. Again, we were pretty much 2 goals down really quick. Blackpool came and absolutely just dominated us. This is where I kind of scrapped the 4-4-2. It wasn't really working. It wasn't working how I wanted it to work. Not possession-wise, but just the fact that we wasn't creating enough chances and not getting the ball forward quickly enough. So that was where our 4-4-2 was put on the back burner. Our third pre-season friendly was against Birmingham at home. I expected the score to be a lot higher than this with the players that they've got. I mean, they put out quite a strong team. As you can see, they've got Eric Dyer here and Ben Talab as well, and Cottrell was their man of the match, scoring 2. And I mean, they had some decent players on the bench as well, Clayton Donaldson and Will Packwood. So they come with a pretty strong team, as well as the fact that I've got quite a few of I think it was about 3 of my best players were out injured, and then Adam Mitchell got injured as well. So we were kind of at that stage where we were getting players in and they hadn't played with each other, and it was just getting the rhythm going and stuff. So we sort of played 4-4-2 first half. I think I played it until Adam Mitchell got injured, and then we swapped it up to a 4-3-3, and we did a little bit better after that. But as you can see, like I said, these first 3 games was all about generating money, but unfortunately it didn't work. We actually lost, I think it was something like 5k we lost in these 3 games, so that didn't work out as planned. And our next pre-season friendly was against Law, which I wasn't happy with. As you can see, we raced into a 3-goal lead, and I thought, yep, this is going pretty well. Bridges got a hat-trick, and I was like, nah, this is working all right. And then, as you can see, they got a penalty just before half-time, and then we just absolutely, fell apart. I mean, they scored another one to make it 3-2, and then was at that stage, it's like, okay, we're under the cosh here, as you can see. I think it was at half-time they'd had 2 shots, and that was it, and one of those was a penalty. And then second half, they came out, and we didn't turn up second half at all. I made a lot of changes second half, as you can see. Pretty much, I was swapping my team around at half-time in every game. We managed to make it to 4-2, and then they pulled another one back to 4-3. And honestly, they had 2 golden chances in the last 5 minutes to make it 4-4. And I mean, I wasn't happy with the way that we set up here, and I wasn't happy with that. So little minor changes there as well. Our next pre-season fixture was against Stalybridge at home, which we drew 3-3, which I'm quite happy with. I mean, they scored pretty late on to equalise it up. As you can see, they raced into a 2-goal lead. We changed things up the tempo a bit, and just went a little bit more attacking. We pulled 2 goals back. Matty Wade and Ryan Cummings with the goals. Some decent goals as well. Then Wearmouth put us 3-2 up just after half time, and Phil Early equalised for them. But as you can see, we more than held our own. Stalybridge are in the conference, so they're a league above us. So I was quite happy with that. I mean, I was disappointed that we conceded the late goal. I mean, when we went 3-2 up, I did switch it up and we went to defensive, and we were holding out until that goal right there. And then they just absolutely put us under the cosh the last 5 minutes, but we managed to hang on. So I was pretty impressed with how we defended after conceding that late goal. Our next pre-season friendly was obviously against, I can't even say that name, North Allerton, I think it is. We won 2-1 away, an own goal, and then a Jordan Watson goal. Jordan Watson is my left back. As you probably found out before, that Nicholson and Watson are going to be two really important players for us this season. Both really, really good fullbacks for the league that we're in. So that was a 2-1 win. And as you can see, Chesterloo Street, we won 4-2. This is where I was mixing it up and playing 4-3-3, and I've even made like a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond, but we'll go into that later on. Bridges again scoring a brace. And then this pre-season friendly right here, our last one, Billingham Town, I was really disappointed in. I mean, they equalised in the 91st minute, like the first minute of injury time, and that was pretty much their only shot on target. We were so wasteful in chances, it was unreal. This is where I played like a diamond formation, as you probably saw from that. That was the last time. I'm actually playing a half-back role because I've actually made quite a few formations. I've made a 4-3-3, this one right here, and a 3-5-2 as well. So we've got some options, but at the moment we're just training 2 formations, and then we'll go to the 3 at the back at some point. So our next game is actually a Conference North game. It's a league game. So our first 2 league games are at home. So that hopefully we can pick up a little bit of morale and stuff. So I'll show you the squad from here. As you can see, we've made some signings, and I've also managed to get the wage bill down to bring in some of these signings by. I've took a bit of a gamble, a bit of a risk. I mean, I've got the likes of Danny Hawkins and that on non-contracts. So if they do start off really well and they start banging in goals and playing well, I can lose them just like that for nothing. So it's a massive, massive risk, but it is the only way I could have got some of these in on the wage budget that we've got. As you can see, our finances have dropped quite a bit. I think we've lost something like 26,000 we've lost in the last month. So that I am kind of worried about. As you can see, our total wage budget, we are just over 2,000 a week under our wage budget. So that's quite steadily coming in. We're quite happy with that. The transfers right here, we'll show you the transfers now. Our transfer history, as you can see, we brought in quite a few, and we've let quite a few go. We let Jeffries go, we let Robbie Dale go, Hutchinson as well. Just these guys, some of these guys, well, actually all of these guys just aren't good enough. Danny Parker, I was contemplating keeping, but he wanted a stupid amount of money to stay, and we just couldn't afford him. So I'll go through the guys that we brought in. Grant Black is one of them. Grant Black, as you can see here, he's come in as our backup right back, but the main reason I've got him in is his staff attributes. As you can see, a really, really good, well-rounded head of youth development coach, especially for the Conference North. I mean, I can see this guy staying with us if nobody poaches him for quite the foreseeable future. I mean, he's really good training-wise. He's got really decent stats. Just everything that you want, really, in a lower league head of youth development coach. And he's also got a pretty decent personality as well in sporting. So that's quite handy. Ryan Drain we brought in just as backup in defence. It's just simply because we got 2 16-year-old like backup centre-backs. So I wanted to bring in a couple of more decent hot prospects that are just a little bit older and a little bit more experienced. Callahan we brought in just as a backup left back because we'd only got one. Connor Smith we brought in on loan from Hartlepool because we needed someone who can play left and right for our 4-3-3. So we've got an affiliation with Hartlepool, so it made sense to try and loan. Peter Burke, this is the guy that was on loan last season when they came up. He was at Sunderland, but they released him, so I went and got him on a free, simply because we needed a keeper, and I think his stats are pretty decent, especially for the league that we're in. So that's not too bad. Plus he's young as well. And then we got in another goalkeeper, just as backup really. Not the best positioning wise, he's pretty poor, but still decent standard for where we're at the moment. Adam Mitchell we brought in from Darlington. Just another one who can play left and right. Pretty decent for this league, I think. So that's a nice little decent signing. Andy Ingham we brought in. We brought him basically because of his aggression and everything. I was thinking about playing with defensive wingers and stuff, so this guy fitted the bill pretty sweet. But as you can see, he can play a majority of positions, so we brought him in for his versatility. Still, again, only 18 years of age. And then our last one, another freebie from Sunderland, as you can see. So we brought him in as well, just as a backup for a centre-back position. So that's our squad at the moment, guys. As you can see, it's looking pretty well rounded. We've got a couple of young prospects in here as well. Some people have really impressed me during pre-season. I can't wait for Neil Hooks to be back. He's our captain. He's our leader on the pitch. He's been injured all pre-season, so we've got to try and get him back into the side somehow. Tactic-wise, that's the tactic that we are going to be employing this season at Blyth 4-3-3. As you can see, we've gone attacking, just simply because I just don't see the point in us trying to defend in this division. I mean, my main aim is to stay up. I mean, this is going to change during the games anyway. Obviously, if we're a couple of goals up or we're under the cosh, then I can change this to whatever. So it's pretty flexible. And as you can see, we've made that formation as well. And that's just a copy of our 4-3-3. So that's the tactics we've been going with the last couple of games anyway in pre-season. So that's about it. I'll show you the staff that we've managed to bring in. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring in the assistant manager I want. If you remember, this is the guy that we wanted. This John Beals guy here, because we wanted him in as like a backup, maybe even first choice centre back, and for his staff attributes as well. But unfortunately, he just didn't want to join us. So I went out and got Stevie Chettle, as you guys might know, ex-Forest legend and all that. So I mean, he's not brilliant, but he's not bad for where we're at. I mean, 9 and 10 for judging ability and potential. That's good enough for me. He's got 11 motivation, so he can take some team talks if needs be. His determination's good and his personality's alright as well, so that wasn't too bad. We brought in Chris O'Leary, our under-18 assistant manager, just because I'm trying to get the under-18s training up as well. Obviously, Grant Black, we've already showed you. Our goalkeeping coach is Jamie Jackson. Again, not bad for the level that we're at. And they brought in Richard Woodrow as our fitness coach. So that's our coaches brought in. Physio, Kevin Grundy. 13th physiotherapy, which is really good for this level. And then obviously, if you remember the scouts that we got in, Thomas is our next opposition scout, and Jerome Watt is just a guy that we get out to find us some players. As you can see, 14 and 15 for judging ability and potential. I mean, that's really, really good for the level that we're at as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is our pre-season. As you can see, we did all right. We lost 3 and then went unbeaten in all those games, which I expected. I'd have liked to have maybe held on there at Staley Bridge, and I would like to have won the last game, but that's about it. So that covers pre-season. That covers the structure of the club. As you can see, Neil Hooks is here, vice captain, but he's actually our captain. And we've got, I think it's Rivers. Yes, Rivers is our. If I remember right, yeah, Jarrett Rivers is our vice captain. So that is pretty much it. That covers the tactics. That covers all pre-season. Obviously, we've got the next couple of league games and stuff like that. So hopefully we can kick on in the league. And what are the expectations for this season for me, personally, just to stay up. I mean, I'd love it if we can go on a really good run and maybe get up first season, but it's going to be a big, big ask. But as you can see, I honestly think our squad is good enough to stay up this season. Dan Maguire, we can't wait to get back. As soon as we get like the likes of Hooks and Maguire back, I think we'll be kicking on. Bridges has done all right. Hawkins has done all right. But obviously, Dan Maguire is our main man up front. He's going to be the guy that we are going to be relying on to get us some goals, as well as our 2 wide men. So that's it. That's it, folks. I think this episode will just cover pre-season and whatnot. And then the next episode, hopefully, will get out by the weekend. That will cover... I think what we'll do is we'll cover the first 2 league games in that episode. And then we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Smash that sub button if you like the series. If there's anything that you want to see added, if there's any improvements that you want to see, if there's anything that I'm missing out that you guys think would be best to implement, then by all means let me know in the comments below. But thank you for the support. I hope you've enjoying this series so far. Let me know, obviously, in the comments, like I said before, what you think, what can be improved, and smash that like button and sub button as well, guys. So take care, and I will see you soon.